Adam Demoy from Milton, Florida. He wants us to plug the Mark Report. Are you on that show?
Not yet. I haven't been on it yet.
All right, you should be. Podcast focus on wrestling marks and old good wrestling shows from the past, which is what you like, as if they're happening for the very first time. Better podcast than anything Billy Body has ever done in his pathetic life.
Whoa.
Why? Okay, one more guy, Tino from Sterling, Virginia. Now, am I missing something here? Why do I see that Billy Body gets a lot of shade? Does he with people online?
Let me tell you. Okay, he does sometimes, yeah.
Okay.
But I'm going to get into a story here. All right. This is why Billy Body's getting shade. Okay.
Right.
This is a fascinating story.
Right.
Okay. And I'm sure, I don't know if you guys have been following this or like you saw. Okay. You know that Mongo parody site?
Yes.
That's our Mongo?
Yes.
Right. Yeah. One guy said that he's doing it out of the love for thing, and you put, bro, you're making fun of him.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, you are. You are making fun of him.
Like, okay, so let's get this is deep. So I guess that's our Mongo site had gone after Russo, the Russo brand, and like told people like never to spend $3 on don't ever get Russo's site, whatever.
Okay.
Like,
right.
He was like, okay. So Billy Body kind of like called the guy out, like on the thing, and like they had a war of words. And okay,
who, this guy? Oh, the Mongo guy.
The Mongo guy, right? They had a war of words, and I think Body got him kicked off for a minute. Now, you got to understand. Okay, I hadn't even seen this tweet. Okay, but this, I by my own I'm admitting. Okay, like I'm admitting the Mongo site. All right, I would laugh at it. They were making fun of his work. We all laughed at it. I'm admitting it.
Right.
Given his current condition, I feel bad now.
Right.
It's like we were making fun of Mongo. He's like, it was a really thing. And like a site like this, honestly, we don't think about it because we're trolling. It is what it is. We're all making fun of this, right? And then you hear he's got this the MLS, the ALS is like, man, this, So now it's like, okay, the guy that like runs the site, okay. So I get let me ask you. Let me pull it up here. So basically, Mongo's family had tweeted to the guy
his sister.
That basically, hey, well, let me find the tweet here.
Yeah, I read it was his sister or someone identified as his sister.
What a week on okay, here it is. So, okay, Miss McMichael. Steve McMichael cannot use his hands and arms due to ALS, so this is not Mongo. And I formally request you immediately stop posting about him out of respect for him and his family. If you'd like to mock or post about him after his death, politely wait 3 years posthumously. Okay, that's fine, and whatever. So the guy that runs the site actually said this. I'm sorry you've gotten that out of this page. My goal is to share what made me happy. Your brother. I've hardly posted him in the past 9 months, but his name and image is a constant reminder of the entertainer that he was. Since learning of his ALS, I've tried nothing but to help. And I'm like, all right, are we actually trying to pretend that the object of this site was not to make fun of his work?
Right.
Because that's exactly what it was.
Definitely,
right?
definitely how it started.
I'm trying to honor him. If you're going to try to honor him, show him on the football field. Show him winning a Super Bowl. Don't put him falling all over himself. Yeah.
And I am guilty as everyone else.
Right.
Of laughing at the site.
Right. Me too. Me too. It was funny. I thought it was a parody account thing. That I didn't think it was in honor of him, because you're not really you're not honoring him. You're making fun of him.
Right. Okay. Right. But there's people that were following this guy that basically would that you're trying to claim that this was just an homage to Mongo, and it wasn't a site to make fun of him. Like, get the out of here.
Yeah.
It's like you guys don't try because he's found out he's got ALS. Own up and admit that we should all feel for doing this. Don't lie and pretend that you were trying to
Our intention was to bring something humorful, make people laugh. But now that he's in the condition, we will no longer do it, and we hope the very best, or what? Okay. You know what I'm saying? That's
and
what.
You saw my tweets, right?
I saw one. I saw one. One where you said, "Yeah, don't lie. You were burying the guy," or something like that. And I was like, "Yeah, 100%. Disco is right." Yeah.
Well, so this guy that runs the site, okay, has made me a target,
right?
Like specifically, okay?
Right?
He's like, so he posts on he got his site back up, reactivated for 2 reasons. Number one, Disco Inferno. Right. Number two, wanted to have access to clips. No further posts will be made here. Posting now on this other side, AC whatever. Okay.
Right.
Bro, this guy Now, okay. Now think about the type of guy this is, all right? And think about the type of troll this is, all right? This guy is hitting me up in DMs, challenging me to fight him.
Right. Right.
Okay, challenge. Okay, like so think about the type of guy that's doing this, right?
Right.
He first of all he hits me up on Facebook. I had no idea who this was. Some guy hits me up on Facebook, and I'm like,
wow.
All right, whatever. The guy. Let me find it here. Maybe this is him. I gotta find it, but I can maybe I delete it. Okay, but then he hits me up on Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
Or Twitter message. And I don't give a I'll post. I don't know who this guy is or whatever. But
Right.
Conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Fight me, Glenn.
Right.
All right. And I'm like, for what? I love humoring the trolls.
Right. Going with it.
I like when people. Same thing with catfishes.
Right.
Like when girls try to catfish me, I like to humor them and play along. Right.
Right.
Okay. So fight me, Glenn, for what? These accusations and this false narrative you keep pushing. Let's not forget body. If I can't get to your goon that keeps telling me to kill myself, I want you. Okay. I'm like, so I respond, there is no false narrative. You posted clips of Mongo screwed up and everyone laughs at it, myself included. Given his current condition, I feel bad about it, as should everyone. But trying to pretend the site wasn't intended to make fun of him is dishonest. That's all. It had nothing to do with whatever Bill Body did. Then he responds, you provided him a platform in an attempt to lend him credibility. Take responsibility.
My God.
I created the Mongo page as a fan of his to get people through lockdown. Was I making fun of Rick Rude with the Atomic Drop page? He also did the Rick Rude does Atomic Drop page. And I'm like,
yeah.
Rick Rude wasn't a symphony of botches. Come on, who are you talking to here? You know what your intentions are posting the botches. Considering his condition, it's in bad taste right now, and you know this. Stop trying to pretend you were doing something else. I'm not a moron. So then this guy gets like the troll thing. You're providing exactly that, and you've done so for years and years. None of your peers respect you. You're a failure. I have nothing else to say unless you want me to meet so I can smack some more CTE into you. And I respond, I am heartbroken now.
Oh, my God.
Bro, this is like these people like, and this guy has fans, and his fans were coming out after each other, like his followers. You know, It's like, so they are that. And I'm like, bro, there's just mentally disturbed people like this on Twitter. And they're all over the place. And they're weird. This guy is so engrossed in his Twitter page that he's DMing me to fight me.
Right.
Well, I think when you get to the DMs,
what do you guys think of this? What do you think of this?
When you get to the DMs and the Facebook Messenger, like that's reality now, kind of, as opposed to Twitter, which is just fantasy land. Like,
it's still Twitter.
Find out where the line is.
I don't know unless I've known somebody in real life. All this is virtual reality. It's just these. I don't know these people. You know, it's like
But I think that's too far,
bro. And the problem is when you argue with somebody that's renounced logic, it's like giving medicine to a dead man. You know, the main problem of somebody that is ignorant is that they ignore their own ignorance. You know, and just the way he talks to you. Imagine he's challenging to a fight over something that he's wrong, but he's trying to double down on it like he's right. He's convinced himself he's right, I guess. Sure. You know, and
he's got to know he's wrong since he's fighting me, challenging me to fight. Like, think about that. He's trying to defend. He's willing to fight me to defend his position.
Right.
Did you get a feeling or an idea of what kind of age we're talking about here? If the guy's a young, or if he's like in his 40s? Or
no, he had a. I saw his picture.
So
I'm not gonna add him.
No,
his
of
name
course.
Or anything like that. But whatever. But like,
well, you know what? I'd like to give him.
You know?
I'd like to give him a K100 parting gift, and maybe he man a glory hole, and every former ECW, CZW Mexican hardcore guy run right through there. Don't say we don't love you. What's his name? What's the guy's name on Twitter?
That's our Mongo.
That's our Mongo.
That's our Mongo.
Yeah.
Yeah.